Hey everybody, we're going to be graphing functions today using our graphing calculator. So number 1 will be the first example I do. None of the examples that are in this video are on your paper. They are all different examples. So let's start with this example of number 1. First, you're going to go to y equals for all of them. And we can tell this is an absolute value function because of these lines that I've just highlighted in blue. So I'm going to write this as an absolute value function. And I'm going to put this in my calculator. So I'm going to start with -2, and then we need the absolute value symbols. You're going to find that by pressing the math button underneath alpha. You're going to press the right arrow and go to num or number. And then you're going to choose option number 1, ABS, for absolute value. X minus 1, close parentheses, plus 3. Now I'm going to go to table, so second graph. And I want to make sure I'm choosing points that are between a domain of -6 to 6, and also a range of -6 to 6. Otherwise, my points won't fit on the graph. So I'm going to go ahead and skip where x is -4 and y is -7. And I'm going to go to x is -3. So -3, -2, -1, 0, 1. And when x is -3, y is -5. Now just going down the list, -3, -1, 1, 3. And you should scroll down more on your graphing calculator as well. So I'm going to continue to scroll. So even though the rest of these do not fit in my table, when I graph, I am going to include them in my graph. So I have -3, -5, -2, -3, -1, -1, 0, 1, 1, 3, and now onto my calculator, 2, 1, 3, -1, 4, -3, and 5, -5. And now I'm going to connect. Okay, so that is example number 1. Let's move on to example number 2. So if you're not sure what kind of function it is just by looking at the equation, that is okay. Simply start by just putting it into y equals. So we got x squared plus 2x minus 3. Second graph. And I'm going to go to my very first point I can graph. So I went a little too far there. Remember, we can't go below -6. So I'm going to start with -4, 5, -3, 0, -2, -3, -1, -4. And now I got to scroll. Okay, 0, -3. And if you want to include them, the next points, just to help yourself out, feel free to. You could even go 1, 0, 2, 5. And I'm going to graph all of these points as well. So we got -4, 5, -3, 0, -2, -3, -1, -4, 0, -3, 1, 0, 2, 5. I'm also going to connect these points. Don't forget to put your arrows at the end. And now you should be able to identify this as a quadratic function. And remember, you can always